We ready to go? Let's do the
Whoopity.
damn thing.
Happy National Donut Day, everybody.
Yeah, you know what donuts can do?
Nothing. Don't say it. You don't believe it.
You really don't believe it.
I'm not eating one. There's too many national days.
There are a few that are, like tried and true, real.
Yeah, like Christmas, like Valentine's Day.
National Christmas Day.
I don't think
Yeah.
you could talk about Christmas
It's on
since
December 15th.
They're both holidays.
Yeah, but you like Halloween more than Christmas. You don't get
I
to talk
know.
about Christmas.
I get to talk about Christmas.
They put it before Christmas.
Yeah, National Christmas Day.
National. Yeah,
It's
exactly.
December 22nd.
And big ups. which is-
Wait, you don't believe in donuts? So you're a renowned donut
No.
atheist.
I'm
Wow.
not into national days.
Oh, you're a national day
Dun,
atheist.
dun, dun, dun,
Yeah.
dun,
Like
dun,
National
dun, dun,
Renowned.
dun,
Like
dun,
National
dun.
Dog Day.
Yeah, you're a-
It's like
You're
National Pet Day. It's,
Day
like,
atheist.
it's just reasons to post on social media.
It's also just reasons for businesses to make money.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's
And
great.
I refuse.
It's
I
pretty
refuse.
brilliant. I mean, isn't that what Valentine's Day was? They just did it before it was cool.
Hey guys, next Friday, National
Yeah.
Down to Dunk Podcast Day.
And then girls realized it could be all about them. So then it became real.
This is live.
Is it true?
Kate,
Yes.
Kate gets up in the morning.
Mm.
Hey, so
She does not.
hey
your
girls.
soon-to-be wife posted a picture on Instagram of her, like, I guess is she nannying or babysitting or something? She was at a pool when there was like one kid in the pool.
That was me.
No, it was not.
Yeah, it was.
If it really was, that was the funniest thing ever to me because I thought one way or the other, I thought
It
it'd
was
be
on
really
her story, right?
that'd be really cool if Taylor was like this little kid like with floaties.
Oh, was it floaties?
I thought so, but maybe I just didn't see it. I didn't like stare at the picture.
It's
I'm not
also
a big
it's
weirdo.
also Taylor.
That one. That's not you.
That is a little kid. I'm like over here.
It would have been so much funnier if like because then it looked like
over
don't they have the
Yeah.
little kid have like floaties and stuff on? Like how cool that'd have been, or how funny that'd have been if that was you.
Dang it.
Thanks for watching,
She
Kate.
needs to let me give her some
Hi,
ideas.
Shut that.
Meow.
I'm teacher
Hey, Peter, they said I gotta come off the bench.
Hey, Penis said I gotta come off the bench.
Her penis out.
Hey, Peter, they said I gotta come off the bench.
Her penis out. I gotta come
Hey, Peter said I gotta come off the bench.
Hey, Peter, they said I gotta come off the bench.
I like Mello, man. I'm gonna miss him.
He's not.
He's
God.
been a butthole.
He's the greatest.
He wasn't though, man. He was good all the way till the last press conference of the season.
Right.
Mhm.
And now he's back to mellow butthole.
It's
When?
all the show.
He's great.
Just because he said he's better than Kyle Korver.
Hey, he's doing something good for the Thunder. Saying basically like, "Let me go." It's like
Save it, yeah.
wonderful. He's been
Save it.
wonderful to us this whole time.
Save it for the pod. Is
Right.
it 530 or 531?
3-1. No, no, I don't know actually.
I think it's 530.
Dun, 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 dun.
I think it's Fuzz.
Luke, I'm so sorry about your phone, man.
Shut up.
It looks
I
awful.
don't want to talk about it.
It really does. It looks awful.
Shut up.
Okay, it looks
You
awful.
have money to get a phone.
No, I don't.
You do.
I know. I'm thinking about getting it this weekend.
It's 5-3-3.
533. Oh.
I never changed that. Sorry.
That's even better, man. I've been waiting for this episode for a long time.
Okay.
70 ways we
Ready
can
to start.
tied into yin yang twins. 5-3-3. Girl, she fine. Do it more, say it to me one more
That's
time.
not. That's not. That's not.
Oh, that one doesn't work. Okay.
No.
No, come on, Jay.
Come on.
That's
Be mature.
so
Come on.
inappropriate.
Seriously.
All right, let's do this. We're gonna lead off right out of the gate with some Casper talk.
Oh,
I will leave. I'll get up and leave.
Did you see how many Casper questions we had?
Yeah, I did not put a single one in the Twitter
I
question.
still hate you guys.
We got a lot of Casper truthers out there.
Alex said it was a top 5 episode.
Yeah, because you guys are just
He
idiots.
likes it to be derailed. It's,
We have some fans who like that.
We literally have gotten reviews on iTunes saying, "I like every episode but the Friday show."
Yeah,
Really?
and we have
Yes.
and we have ones that say Friday's the best.
Yeah,
We have different strokes for different folks.
exactly.
we did have 30 people buy fried chicken rice.
Yes.
yeah.
Some people like different strokes.
Also, the people that will write those kind of reviews on iTunes, come on, we all know those types of people.
Yeah, we don't want those listens.
I'll take all of them.
No,
Yeah.
But
I'll-
they'll probably
I'll-
have avoided Fridays.
We certainly
All right, let's roll.
I'll give them something to listen to. My farts.
I did not know he was going there.
Sardis.
listening to Down to Dunk. Yeah.
Miffed and peeved.
Miffed and peeved. That's a way of saying like you're angry or you're mad.
Don't be miffed and peeved.
Miffed. Don't be miffed and peeved.
I know the word.
It's a real world. It's a real.
That's a real one?
I don't use it, but it's
Not in your vocab? Down to dunk.
Yes.
This is Stephen Adams. Don't be miffed and peeved. No, you can't be miffed and peeved. Sorry. This is Stephen Adams. You can't be miffed and peeved because you're listening to Down to Dunk.
Good morning and welcome to episode 5. 3 of Down to Dunk. You can find us on CLNS Media, dailythunder.com-radio at 5 p.m. Central Standard Time, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, or anywhere you subscribe to your podcasts. I am Luke, joined this morning by Andrew.
Slam through.
Taylor.
I'm like a bird, I want to fly away. I don't know where my soul is. I don't know where my home is. And baby, all I need for you to know, I'm like a bird. Slam through.
And Jay.
What's up?
That was a lot.
Welcome back.
That was
Welcome back, Jay.
Welcome back to me.
That was a lot.
You've been gone.
It's good to be back. I had a whirlwind last 2 weeks, but it's good to be back.
Jay
Man.
is legally. Can we announce it?
No, don't.
All right.
Luke and I's
A
eighth grade.
citizen.
Luke and I's 8th grade science teacher played that song in our class during the time that he was being paid, and he was flapping his bird wings.
I made everyone do it
and we all did it. The entire class flapped our bird wings to
Why?
that song.
because it was his favorite song,
Was
and we did a bunch of stuff that wasn't learning in that class. And that is there were a lot of things like that.
yeah.
Did he win District Teacher of the Year?
No, but he had a dark future ahead of him.
He was a good teacher.
Oh, gosh.
Oh no, you got to go into it.
It's an off the pod
That's an
subject.
off the pod subject.
It was a good class though.
It was fun.
Yeah.
You know, it's a great thing though to talk about. J.R. Smith.
Yeah.
Always.
He made
The pipe god, you mean?
He made a big mistake.
He
And you know,
That's an
hey,
understatement.
hey,
He
listen to
made
this.
a big mistake.
Hey, if you guys, everyone who's never made a big mistake, that you guys can
Raise your
cast-
hand.
You guys can cast the first stone,
Hey.
right?
have you guys ever done anything the equivalent of what JR did
No.
last night, where he saves the day, but then completely unsaves the day? It's like going and grabbing your dog from oncoming traffic and then
And then
accidentally
throwing it in front
dropping
of a car.
it in front of a car. Yeah.
You know what I almost saw yesterday? A dog get hit by a car behind me. A
Oh
little
wow.
dog.
Did you save it?
That's terrifying.
No, it was like a busy street.
Hmm.
I wanted to watch it get smushed.
So here's the real question. Do you want to...
Wow.
Did you...
You're the opposite of JR. Like JR would have saved the dog and then tripped and then dropped the dog in front of a car.
no,
You're just like, let's just smush the
I
dog.
didn't
Watch
save
the
it,
dog
and I
get
was in my
smushed.
looking in my rearview mirror, and I was like, I'm about to see a smushing.
That's terrible.
Yeah,
What were
that
you
is
trying to
terrible.
say?
It was a tiny.
Do you feel
dog.
bad at all for JR? Like, I felt awful for him.
Yeah.
Like, you could see in his
Yeah.
demeanor, like,
Especially when LeBron is standing there, just like sticking his arms out, just like yelling
LeBron
at
is
him.
so over the top animated. It drives me a little bit crazy
Oh,
if
I
I didn't
love
love
him.
him so much.
You would if you were him in that situation.
Oh my god.
You mean
No, I'm not talking. I'm talking all game animated.
yeah? That's
Man,
why
he was. So there's a lot we haven't discussed. A lot I haven't discussed, I guess. And
that's
so
why he's the boat.
he is the boat.
Best of all time.
LeBron was insane last night.
Yeah.
I mean, he's insane. We got some Twitter questions about that, but I do want to talk a little bit, if I can.
Yeah.
I'd love to talk about Game 7 of Houston Golden State, and just kind of we got some Twitter questions to deal with that as well. I mean, I think everybody obviously is going to point to Chris Paul, his absence, his injury, all those things.
Yeah.
I think all of us in the back of our minds always thought that Golden State would win, right?
Oh, the front of my mind.
Did it ever come back? So was there a point when they were down 3-2, when Golden State was down 3-2, that you actually thought,
Yeah, I did, because I just felt like Golden State was just screwing around the whole time. And I was like, if they continue to screw around, Houston will win the series. And you know what? They did continue to do it. I feel like they played maybe like 4 total quarters over the 7-game series that they took seriously. I mean, I think if Chris Paul plays, like everyone's like, they probably win. Like the Warriors have like 3 more gears to go to. I just don't buy it.
Yeah, and Russillo talked a lot about that on his podcast, and there's part of me that probably believes some of that. But I think it's an unfair thing to say, well, like who knows what would have happened because the Warriors would have played differently. It's like maybe. You're probably right. But the first 2 quarters of Game 7 wasn't them not being engaged. It was them being incredibly flustered by the way Houston was playing. And they were outplaying them on every single level.
I just don't think the effort level was even close to the same, though.
I don't know if it was
Houston
effort or just
versus Golden
execution.
State.
Like they just figured some things out. Houston obviously was gassed. And I think Chris Paul being on the court maybe helped some of that. That's all I'm saying.
It's just a trend, though, with that Golden State team. That they
tried to do it last night.
They
It did not happen the way.
coast in the first half,
Yeah.
and then third quarter they come out and blow the doors off. And
Yeah.
I was really shocked they didn't do that last night.
Yeah. I think everybody was waiting for it.
Yeah.
David Thorpe talked about it a little bit yesterday, and he's got really good analysis about these teams because he kind of gets annoyed by both of them. Where it's just like they played, like he said it last night, is they played last night's game, Cleveland and Golden State, like it was a game in November, and like just not the intensity that you need to really bring to a finals game. And I appreciated that. One of the things he said, and he said in the post game conference, press conference, if he was Cleveland, all he'd be saying is just building up Golden State. This team's just better than us. They're outmatching us on every level. We've got to figure out how to win at our best and blah, blah, blah. Like that. He's like, build up Golden State's ego as big as you can so that when they show up in game 2, they just think they have won because that's what they mentally do all the time.
Yep.
And then go back 1-1.
Completely break Jordan Clarkson in the process.
Oh, God. Jordan Clarkson was so bad.
He was so
He
terrible.
was so freaking bad.
But he was a +8 in his 17 minutes.
I saw a tweet that said LeBron is so good that Clarkson's a +10 right now in the game at some point during the game.
Who was it? It was either Taylor or Andrew last night posted a tweet about, I guess you maybe just retweeted, but it was this warm-up shot of Jordan Clarkson.
Yes, I saw it.
When the ball went through his hands, like in the warm-ups. Oh, gosh, that was amazing.
They've got to give like Jetty Osman or Rodney Hood a chance, right? I mean, if you're giving Clarkson a chance to screw up like he did.
Yeah, but do you, or do you just like, at least we know Clarkson's going to play like this and we could still win? Like they were so close to winning. And
they were close to winning. I just don't know if they're going to be this close again.
No, and this was probably the game to build some kind of any kind of momentum.
And I don't
on
even
their
know
side.
I don't know if you can build momentum. But to me, it's like the Sixers beating the Lakers in the finals.
Right.
You know?
Allen Iverson steps over.
Where it was like, oh, man, this is
Tyronn
so
Lue.
cool. And then it's,
Yeah, and somebody said it last night as well on Twitter. And have you ever heard of Twitter? It's a great place.
Twitter.com.
It's also the worst place, but it's a great place sometimes.
Is it a platform?
But somebody said it last night. Is it felt like the game 1 of Toronto-Cleveland when Toronto lost the game going to overtime. And it felt like that where Cleveland came back and just smashed them the next 3 games. And so I mean, from the beginning, I think that Cleveland would lose in 5, Golden State would win in 5. I still stick with that. I give LeBron 1 game at home that he's going to win.
Yeah.
That's kind of it. So we do have some questions just to wrap up that Houston Golden State series, because obviously everybody, when they see that, thinks the connection for Oklahoma City fans is obviously, how does this impact the Thunder, which is every question for every game for a Thunder fan. It's like, well, LeBron losing in game 1, like JR's movement last night, does that mean that LeBron's going to go to Houston now? It's like, okay, let's take it down a notch. But the first question from @Pepsi United.
I thought we were not going to talk about this, so I wasn't prepared to read these.
Just read them.
I thought you were the one that said we weren't going to talk about it.
No, I asked the question.
We said no, but
you said we're not going to talk about this. All right, and we're like, yeah,
go ahead, Jay.
I'm just very confused.
I don't remember saying that, but this is what @Pepsi United asks: would you agree that the Rockets showing they could beat Golden State is bad news for the Thunder? Now it'd probably be even easier for them to lure attractive free agents for less money.
I mean, having the team that they do, having the GM that they do, they're always going to be able to do that.
Yeah, but the question, and it goes back just to the second one, we'll just combine them into one, but this that from @TheRealRyanVK is talking about Houston's future. Ariza, Mbamute, Green, they're all 3 free agents, which Green, nobody really probably cares about.
Yeah, Capella is the real one.
And Chris Paul, like they've got to make some decisions about Chris Paul as well. Yeah. Is he worth a 5-year max?
Yeah.
Let's talk a little bit, just briefly.
How old is Chris Paul?
I mean, he's in his 30s, isn't he?
I think he's like 33, 34.
I got it.
He's not.
Go, Jay.
He's
So
not.
what do you do?
What's the 5-year max?
What do you guys do if you're Houston? Daryl Morey.
Blow it up.
No, you got. I think you just
You have to-
just run it back.
You try to run it back.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be tough to bring all of them back.
At 33.
I think that Capella is going to be interesting because especially if the Phoenix Suns take Luka Doncic, like they may throw a max.
Is he restricted?
Mm-hmm.
So they have to match whatever if they want to.
Yeah, but you're kind of screwed if you're Houston and you have to match a max offer to Clint Capella.
Someone's gonna throw. I know that there's not a lot of money right now to throw for a team to do like what Portland did with Ennis, right? I
Yeah.
know there's not a team that can do that,
Right.
but there's a team somewhere that will throw a lot of money, like uncomfortable money at Capella.
The two teams that could possibly do it if they don't draft a center, but there are so many, is
Phoenix.
Mhm.
and Dallas.
Mm.
And so if either one of those teams,
I
Like
could
Oh.
absolutely see Dallas
if
doing
the, if
that.
the
I could see
Mavericks
Cuban
get,
doing
get like
that.
Michael Porter Jr. and then as long as those teams don't draft centers, then I think that they would go after
Yeah,
him.
and Daryl Morey knows that this is coming, and so they do. I mean, just like
Yeah,
Grant's contract, where they
certainly.
have up until July 1 to extend him, or did that already pass?
Yeah, they're not gonna be able to extend him.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. You're going to pay money. Like if you can try to get
Well,
him
you can't do the
convinced.
full. You can't do
You can't?
the
Okay.
same extension.
So I think Capella would garner a good amount of money, and so but
Yeah.
it seems like the ownership in Houston, at least because it's new ownership,
Yeah.
at least for this run, and this is kind of what the Thunder are hoping to do too. If they can hold on to Paul George, is they're okay going to the salary cap and paying some of that money
Yeah.
to keep this team together, because you have to run it back. There's no other option in my mind for
Right.
Houston.
No.
Like you try to add a peripheral piece, and obviously your pipe dream is that you get LeBron James. But the thing about that conversation, because it's a part of this
Yeah.
later on, and I don't really want to ask that question to spend too much time here, but for LeBron James is the fact that, I mean, they'd have to do some incredible moves with their roster.
It would have to be he'd have to opt in, and then it would have to be a trade. And then what's Houston?
Cleveland wants
Gonna
nothing
give
that
up.
Houston wants.
I mean, it
Or
would
Houston
it would
has.
have to include Ryan Anderson. It
And
would
they don't want
have
that.
to. Right? Do you want 2 years paying $20 million to Ryan Anderson who
But
can't even
don't
play in
you
the
want
playoffs?
Kevin Love and Ryan Anderson on the same team?
Right.
You just know they're going to be best friends.
They probably
Oh,
really
yeah.
would be.
They probably really would be.
So but somebody said it last night. Like all this does is reaffirm to me that LeBron is going to go to Houston. I was like, come on. I mean, Houston has to figure. They're going to have to do some roster tricks, which they could. They could figure out
It
a
could
way
happen.
to make it happen.
It could definitely happen.
But
it will
LeBron
not.
also
It will not be easy.
LeBron
It will
also
not be easy.
is asking for. He said that I don't know what that is. Everybody move everything away. But LeBron has also said that he's not going to take anything less than the max in this offseason.
Yeah, you know who else is
Well,
not
yeah.
going to take anything less than a max? CP3.
P3.
And which just makes you more mad about the Warriors situation, right? Because no one else is going to do that, and the Warriors owners somehow trick their players into taking less money than they deserve.
And they pay the referees. It's amazing.
Yeah, hell yeah.
How do they afford it?
They take that money.
But the JR thing, really quick.
No, let's move on. Let's move on to the last night's game.
So the JR thing, if he never rebounded that ball and had the opportunity to not shoot the ball, George Hill's missed free throw, would people have actually blamed George Hill? Or would it have
Sure.
been like, well, he made one.
Well, they'd say he choked. That's
Yeah,
what they would say.
And it would not be this much like specific kind of hate. Like
What's-
everybody for J.R. Smith's like, he must have been high. Oh my gosh,
I
look how
know.
dumb he is. Like
And
it
they're
turns
like-
into this really
Yeah.
angry, weird J.R. Smith from everything I can see seems like a really good dude.
Yeah.
And people are just like, what an ass, what an idiot.
I know. And they're like,
Look
but
at his eyes. I'm like, come on, man. Be
Hey,
better than that.
Hey,
The
man,
narrative
that's
is
just
that-
Twitter.
the narrative is that JR lost that game last night by not shooting it. But it's like, no, JR, if that just didn't happen, like nothing happened from the JR thing. Basically,
I just
is the
wish JR
point.
would have shot it once he realized.
He should have.
Yeah, he should've
from
shot.
from the timeline.
Even,
Yeah.
even like
What's crazy though,
after.
Yes.
what's crazy and what hurts about this is when he got the rebound,
Yeah.
wide open.
Oh, he could have
Yeah.
just put it right back up.
I mean, totally wide open.
And LeBron was wide open too. He could have passed up to He clearly thought
He
they
was trying to
they
run
were up
clock.
one.
without
Yes.
question.
Yes,
That's
Even though
all
he
he was
said it
saying.
wasn't that last night, but
He lied.
he did.
He did lie. There's video evidence of him saying, "I thought we were ahead."
Yeah.
To LeBron.
And LeBron just looking at him, just dumbfounded. Poor LeBron.
So let me ask this
LeBron,
question.
51, 8 and 8.
For real, poor LeBron though, because he was incredible last
Oh
night.
my goodness.
He was so good.
He is just, everybody's been trying to like put Durant ahead of him for years now. And it's just so clear that they're just not even on the same planet.
No,
still.
they're not.
We got a Twitter question
is great.
regarding that from at Watson Paul 24 wants to know, is LeBron currently at age 33 the best he's ever been?
It's hard to say that he's not, because he's smarter than he's ever been. He just controls the game more than he ever has, which is kind of crazy to say, but he does.
I saw a stat last night that said LeBron has 8 40-plus point games this year, which is more than any current player has in their career playoff experience.
Yeah.
He's so good.
Yeah.
Watching him play last night, he was locked in. He was hitting everything. He was hitting jump shots. Now he went cold late.
He did.
And missed some important shots going down the clutch. But he also, he had the and-one that was enormous.
Oh my gosh.
Took a charge that was probably a block that should have stayed a charge on
Right.
Kevin Durant,
Ugh.
which was weird.
That was irritating.
He's just, I've never seen it, man.
Yeah.
Like, be honest, and I hate these conversations, but for me, I don't remember watching Jordan much. Like, I watched very late career Jordan more than anything.
Right.
There's nobody that's ever been this, like, awe-inspiring in the NBA to me as LeBron James.
Right.
I mean, Steph Curry for a while before I hated his guts was that.
Well, and he's not even
in a different way.
He's not that good anymore either.
Steph?
Yeah.
Yeah.
His run where he was doing all of that was like 2 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe
those
even,
two
maybe
MVP
even
years.
less than that.
Yeah. Man, he just, I don't know if he's the best ever been. I still will never forget. There's one game, and it was when they lost to the Magic. I think it was the Eastern Conference Finals, but LeBron had with an incredible game where he hit that game winner. I remember that one. I also remember where he scored. I think it was against Detroit, where he scored 25 straight. To win that game.
Yeah.
There were some seasons in there where he was probably, maybe better, but I don't know if I've ever seen
Maybe
him
just
play
athletically.
Yeah, and that would maybe be the difference.
There was a year with the Heat where in the playoffs he was shooting 60% and over 40% and 90% from the field the whole time too. And it was one of those Heat years that they won. But if the Cavs somehow, they won't win this series. If they did, if they were to, is LeBron the GOAT in everyone's mind?
Yeah, I mean, it's still, to me, it's really hard to compare across eras. I just don't. The conversation I just find kind of stupid, to be honest.
Right.
Because I don't know how you can just declare somebody that, comparing across eras. I just don't. I don't know. Still, people are going to say, Jordan was the best. He never lost in the finals.
Right.
There's always these. It's just going to be an argument between younger people and older people.
Right.
Is what it's going to be, and there's going to be someone to come along after LeBron, and that generation is going to argue for him, and we're going to be arguing for LeBron. We're like, no, we saw LeBron do this and this and this and this.
Yeah.
And then they're going to be like, well, have you seen
Luka Doncic?
Have you seen Doncic do all these things? We're like,
have you
still
seen
it doesn't matter.
Taylor Dickerson Jr.?
Yeah, right.
TDJ.
The pipe god
That's
2.0.
That's just a part of NBA history. You can't. It's hard to compare. And there's still the really old people are like,
Y'all remember Bill Russell?
Yeah, Bill Russell, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar,
Wilt Chamberlain.
I mean, that's just going to be a
Doris
continued.
Burke.
It's going to be a continued conversation. But to me, the answer is yes.
You literally, Taylor, just asked a question that @Ben_Burke10 just asked.
What?
The exact same question.
Exact same question.
Is Doris Burke the greatest of all time?
Yes.
That's weird.
And the answer, yes.
Yes.
Hey, okay, I have a question about LeBron. Everyone just assumes that he's going to leave. I just feel I feel like he's in a no-lose situation in Cleveland. And let me explain. If he wins, he is easily the greatest of all time. If he loses, it's not because of him, it's because of his teammates.
Yep.
If he goes to another team, there's no better press for him than the situation that he's currently in. Say he goes to the Sixers and they end up losing to the Celtics in the conference finals next year, a fully healthy Celtics team. there's going to be a lot of bad press for LeBron then. He left Cleveland. Man, I hate this.
I don't think the press will be as bad this time.
I just think him leaving to join another team's talent, he has upside to win a championship, but I don't think he has upside for his legacy overall. Because I don't think that no matter what happens in Cleveland, it's not going to be on him.
Right, he got one.
His legacy is
yeah.
going to be further cemented as he stays and fights, and if he makes more finals and things like that. I just feel like it is good for his legacy. But if he leaves and he doesn't win, then I feel like that could be Then people would say, well, he's not the GOAT. Like he couldn't even do it with Joel Embiid, or he couldn't do it with James Harden and Chris Paul. Like they couldn't beat the Warriors in the West Finals. I don't know what the upside is that he wins a championship, but the other side of that coin is that it doesn't look as good for him. And so I just feel like he's in a great situation press wise. And maybe he doesn't care. Maybe he really just cares about championships, in which case he would have to leave in order to win one. But yeah.
If the Rockets had LeBron James instead of James Harden when Chris Paul got hurt, do the Rockets win that series? If it's LeBron with that Rockets team,
Maybe.
I think they do.
Well, I mean, the way that I don't know. Do
Because
they miss 27 straight threes?
Yeah, that's so crazy, man.
That was bonkers.
That is so weird.
I mean, that's a thing. I don't know. Maybe LeBron throws more accurate passes, and
Maybe
they make.
Yeah,
he
but
can
LeBron,
just do more on his own too than James Harden could in that series.
Hold on.
I don't know about that.
James Harden was
he basically is. That is
Okay,
what he
here's
did.
what I'll have to
James Harden also did that in the same series, but James Harden is maybe the best ISO player in the game right now.
Yes, ISO player, but LeBron can still be the main ball hand. Like he doesn't have to ISO. You get what I'm saying?
And here's
like,
the difference: is that LeBron can do it over the course of 48 minutes, and he can play all 48 minutes.
That's the truth.
James Harden can't
Clearly,
do that.
Clearly, he's a different player in the fourth quarter.
He could not, and I don't know if it's like nerves. I don't know if he is winded,
a little chubby.
Like I don't know.
Strip clubs,
but can you imagine if that was Russell Westbrook? Like I just try to like compare
he
the
would
two.
have been destroyed.
Like a lot of the things that James Harden did, like not showing up in the second half, 2 games in a row, and walking off the court without shaking hands and stuff like that. I just don't feel like he quite catches the same amount of flack that, like, if that was Russell, it would just be all over the place.
Yeah, but you and Alex alluded back to that, as it's a total media relationship
Bias thing.
Yeah. Like having him be with Dirk was what Alex said, which would be great, because Russell, we see this side of him that's just so different than what the media gets. And I just think if he was a little different, it would probably change a lot of the narrative about him. He's not going to be, but it would be different.
I'll tell you what would for sure happen. What wouldn't have happened if Russ was in James Harden's place? The Rockets, the teammates wouldn't have even had 27 threes to put up, because Russ would have just been taking
for real
all of those shots.
100%.
So thinking real briefly, and somebody did ask this, at Rye Hendrickson asked this question, but like, where is LeBron's best landing spot if he wants to beat the Warriors? Is it the Rockets?
I don't know that. I mean, Chris Paul's injury history is terrifying to me.
I wonder, and you may be getting to this. I'm sorry if I'm jumping on this before you get there, but
the
style of play is just so different for LeBron.
I don't know how do you play that way with those 3? It's taking, like, now we have to take turns. It was already Chris Paul's turn, James Harden's turn. Like the thing that everybody made fun of Oklahoma City for years.
Yeah,
it was that. Yeah. And now, like, do you have to work in LeBron's turn? Do you play a different style? What do you do with that? I mean, you obviously, if LeBron says, I want to come to Houston, you say, of course, come on. But stylistically, yeah, you're right. I don't know how it fits.
LeBron's not letting anyone play other than LeBron style, though, no matter what team he goes to.
Are Chris Paul and James Harden okay with not having the ball in their hands all that much?
I don't know. And are they actually worse? Are they not even the same caliber players if you play in LeBron? If they play as LeBron's role players?
Yeah, well, and you also have 3. There would be 3 guys, which
primary ball handlers.
3 people that need the ball in their hand all the time.
3 of the most ball dominant players in NBA history. Yeah, I don't know. It doesn't.
Which is also why, like, I know a lot of people like this really stupid pipe dream, and you all said it was my pipe dream.
God.
But that Oklahoma City thing, like that also creates, there would be the same questions because Russell is such a ball dominant.
And Russell's never played off the ball.
Yeah, and he will not probably ever play off the ball.
I think
I mean,
Here's-
obviously, if LeBron came, yes,
here's
he'd
the
figure
thing,
something
like,
out. But
there's very few people that top 5 players would defer to, or top 10 players in the league would defer to.
And
LeBron,
LeBron's it.
LeBron is it. Like, I don't even think Durant is that. Obviously, he's not that.
man, he was not very good last night.
No, I enjoyed that.
And
They do
Draymond-
let him do way more
Draymond's
than
been
he should.
so bad offensively. He hit 2 big threes last
had some
night.
big
But
shots.
Yeah, that made me so mad when he hit those threes.
it also made me so mad when he was making fun of Kendrick Perkins.
I just can't stand it.
Oh, he's the worst.
He's the
KD and
absolute
Perk were
worst.
jawing at each other, I guess, last
Yep.
night at the end of the
Yep.
game.
Yep. Yeah, it got intense, man. That was fun.
You know,
That's where I started to enjoy it. I loved it.
You know what else is intense and
Man.
lovable?
Oh, and the beer.
That's right.
It is good.
Period.
Period. End of ad. No, it is great. And their tap room, a lot of fun. Guys, go already. What are you waiting for? Summer weather, cold beer. Great day.
It's a good day.
It's
And
going
we-
to be hot, 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 hot
Ooh, it's
these
a-
next few days.
It's a
Yeah.
hot mother.
Today, the heat index, like 105.
I don't even know. I really, in my heart of hearts, don't know what the heat index is.
It's a combination, a bunch of things, man. You got temperature and
It's
humidity,
what it feels
man.
like.
Yeah,
Feels
that's what
like
it feels like.
outside.
Yeah.
Hey, we've been saying it for a while. But Anthem just has a great collection of beers for warmer times
Yeah.
of life.
And for putting in your body.
Yeah. And one of them is their Arjuna, which is delicious. And Arjuna, it's one of your favorite beers, isn't it, Andrew?
Oh, easily.
Oh.
Oh, especially out of an
Oh.
ice cold cooler.
Oh, yes.
Because that's what you had
out of
at
my
your friend's
friend's-
pool.
That's right. Seriously, it was so great. There was nothing better.
Yeah,
I could not
because
have asked for anything better.
Because it gets to a coldness that you can't get out of a refrigerator.
That's right.
But it's got fruity notes of orange peel. It's a Belgian style wheat ale, coriander, chamomile. How do
Chamomile.
you say that? Chamomile?
Come on, Mile.
Chamomile. But it's a incredibly refreshing beer, and so get you some of that. You can get it. That one for sure. You can get it any liquor store in Oklahoma City.
Yeah.
You can also get it at a ton of restaurants locally here if you're in Oklahoma City.
Uh-huh.
And,
Chamomile.
And once you get it, once you buy it there,
What should you do with
you
it?
can drink it at anywhere at any
Oh.
temperature we want. You like hot beer, you can drink it hot. It's your prerogative.
Oh, so intense.
Sure.
The
No,
faster you drink, the
there's-
more intense the
'Cause
feeling.
there's no rules, just right. Much like Outback Steakhouse.
But I am letting you know this too.
What is
Okay.
happening? in
I'm
this
letting you know
ad?
this is Pills has become the OK Pills is one of my go-tos when I go somewhere.
Yeah.
Republic, OK Pills. Went yesterday to Empire, OK Pills.
Oh, so
good.
smashable too.
So smashable.
Oh,
Yep.
yeah.
Went to the press on Wednesday night. OK Pills.
And
June
you- and you just
21st,
gulp 'em.
guys, we're having
Oh,
an event
gulpable.
at Anthem.
Tell me more.
Aw,
We are. This is actually
Aw.
news to me as well.
it is to me
boys.
as well. Let's go.
Number one, that's the summer solstice.
Oh my
Yes.
gosh.
Number 2,
Oh.
it's the NBA draft. We're having a draft party.
Oh, hey guys, if you came last year, you already know it's fun.
It was super
It was fun. And if you don't know,
Now you know.
I know.
We're going to have a competition again. This one will be not on paper. It will be based on the internet.
Yes. Technology.
I have a good friend working on something for me, and it's seriously amazing. And I
Down
can't-
to dunk app.
no. But
Well, we can dream.
so mark your calendars. June 21st. Meet us at the Anthem Tap Room.
What time?
We'll watch the NBA draft together.
Putting it down now.
Probably around 6:00. We'll meet
Boom.
and
Put it in your
we'll-
calendars. Ask your wives and girlfriends if you can go. Get their permission. Don't wait till the last minute. You always do that.
I have no information about this because he can't finish the information.
Sex.
6:00.
6 o'clock, he told us.
That is
June
not what you just said.
21st.
said sex.
Mark your calendars. Ask your wives.
Be there.
Is that a Thursday night?
Well, I think it is.
Yes, it
Jay.
is.
All right, let's move on to
Hey, the other
some
thing.
other talks.
Paul George chicken fried rice shirts available
Mm-hmm.
only for the next 48 hours. Sunday, it's over. Can't get them ever again.
Order it today,
I can-
Friday, or tomorrow, Saturday, and
That's
that's
it.
it.
I can guarantee we will never make these shirts again.
Guaranteed. All right.
Twitter questions.
All right, y'all, you ready for these Twitter questions? Let's do it.
We're waiting for your answer, listeners.
Twitter questions numero uno come from at @real_Feezy, who wants to know, with talented bigs like Embiid and Porzingis growing, do you see the league going smaller or bigger for the next 10 years?
Oh man, this is a good question.
They're always growing, much like Andre the Giant. He
This-
never stopped.
This playoffs have changed my perspective on this a little bit.
On the bigs,
Well, just because it's become so switch heavy.
yeah.
If you can create somebody that has a mismatch,
I thought you were about to say Mitch McGarry.
if you can create a Mitch McGarry,
You can create
and
Mitch
a
McGarry
Lab-
again.
No, but if you can create mismatches with a guy that can dominate, like you can't switch as much with Joel Embiid on the block.
Right.
Like he will kill you if you switch Steph Curry onto him.
Yeah.
And you even saw that last night a little bit with Kevin Love. LeBron James was trying to, I mean, so the Houston Golden State series and obviously this Cleveland one, what you realize is in these switches has brought about way more ISO ball.
Yeah.
And so it's one-on-one all the time. And so I think there's a chance that this could lead back to kind of a rebirth of the big man.
Could.
Now I still think you have to be able to shoot. You have to be able to stretch, and you have to be able to guard the perimeter because Ennis Cancer cannot play in this switch heavy defense. Obviously, like we remember that. But I think, and which brings it back to like watching. Oh my gosh, I just blanked on his name. That kid from Arizona,
DeAndre Ayton.
Yeah, watching him, like it makes me think I would probably spend a number 1 pick on him.
Yeah, I can see that.
Also, God, you're gonna hate me.
Oh,
So I
wow.
just watched like brief highlights of him.
Don't.
He is not this,
Don't do this.
but he physically reminds me a little bit of Shaq out of LSU.
I'm more mad about this than the Casper
Dude,
talk last week.
He is.
Are you kidding? Okay, Jay.
He is giant.
Yeah, he's giant, but you're watching YouTube highlights of
No,
this
but
dude.
that's all anybody watched of Shaq. I watched of Shaq in college.
That's not true.
Yes,
True.
when he played with LSU, that's all you really get to watch anymore. I'm just saying he is that physically.
You weren't in college
No,
when he was
when
at
he was in
LSU.
college.
Yeah,
But you
No, I
just
was
get to
definitely not. I was 10.
Wasn't Shaq like like super fast and agile in college too?
Yeah, I
Wasn't
mean,
he like running all the time?
Those magic
but he
seasons,
does
man.
earlier.
Well, he
seasons
does
of
what
Magic.
Ayton doesn't do all the time. Is
Yeah,
that he
dominate.
he just kills people.
Yeah.
Ayton, I was waiting for. I was
Yeah.
physically yes.
Yeah.
There
He
may
just
have-
looks
There may have not
the part.
there may
man.
not be a guy that looks that part more. I'm trying to think. I mean, Dwight Howard didn't even look that
No,
imposing.
that's what I'm saying. I can't think of somebody that looks that
Embiid
gigantic.
is maybe it. Embiid
Yeah,
is
but
maybe the
Embiid,
last guy.
I watched Embiid in college, and he didn't feel as big as Ayton feels. He did not.
Yeah.
No, was it not? Is it not Greg Oden that in college reminds you the most of
Not,
DeAndre
no.
Ayton?
He's just so big.
Odin was also way more lumbering.
Yeah.
And Aiden is not that.
No,
man.
he's light
He's-
on his feet. He's got great feet.
Yeah. So that's why I'm not saying he's going to be Shaq, but he is
No,
the
he's
first
not.
big I've seen in a long time that reminds me physically.
He can move and he's huge. I just haven't seen him
No.
kill people.
That's like all I
And
hear
that's
for
all
why.
Shaq wanted to
I've
do.
never seen him murder.
what would it be like to
What would it be like to murder?
I wonder.
But that's what makes me
Um,
is it's like he's just yes he has a jumper
Yeah.
sometimes and he can score really and he gets rebounds and put back dunks and it's like wow. But
He's
if you watch those,
he's offensively he's going to be a monster. But he's
but
not
he's just big and he has a good offensive game. Do you not want Luka Doncic's ceiling? He's 19 or 20 years old now, and
Yeah,
he's
But
6'6".
Aiden's 19.
They're
or
about
20.
the same age.
Yeah.
But still, Doncic is like
I love Doncic. You don't have to talk me into him.
he's number one overall in my head.
You don't have to talk me into Doncic. I love him. Aiden's the thing that scares me about Aiden is defensively is that he is so like you can see him thinking it. You know, as much as you saw like, and I don't think that I think he's going to be more fluid than Serge, but you saw Serge just thinking the game just so hard on the court, and you can see that in Aiden, like especially when he hedges out. So I don't know if he's going to. I think that he's going to get killed, but that can be developed throughout
Sure.
the years. And so
Yeah.
if he can become a dominant defender, then he should be the number one pick easily because offensively he's got it. Like he has already got it all. He's got great touch. He's got great feet.
I just went into it with kind of the expectations, listening to you and Mikey talk about it, or McKelly, and there's, and you all hinted it. You all weren't down on him at all, but it was one of those things where I just watched it and I was like, oh. But it's also one of those things. Like the reminder is that LSU was not very good with Shaq either. Like they didn't go far in the playoffs, and so it's or in the tournament. So it's something with Arizona where I think you kind of expected, like, the college game is just so bad.
Oh, it's been
that it's a poor evaluator of these guys' talent.
It's horrible.
Yeah, look at Ben Simmons. As soon as he could play in
Jason Tatum,
Donovan Mitchell.
Everybody was down on Jason Tatum because the way he looked in Duke's offense and defense, and then all of a sudden he's in the NBA and it's like, oh yeah, he's
a superstar.
There's very few offenses that look like NBA offenses.
Yeah. So that's all I was saying. I didn't mean to get on a
Villanova is like maybe the only team that I've watched that I'm like, oh, I kind of like how they play.
Yeah.
And
DiVincenzo.
Yep. All right, let's move on to our next Twitter question.
I hate watching Texas. It just makes me want to
Shaka
throw
Smart,
up.
man. What in the world?
It is so bad. It is so bad.
I don't think I even watched them.
Next Twitter question comes from Fluky with 3 U's.
I think it's F. Lukey. I think they're not fans of you.
Oh my
Pretty
God.
sure that's true.
Or they're
Oh,
sexually attracted to you.
And they want to know, what would Westbrook tweet?
Westbrook.
What will Westbrook tweet
Wessel.
if he had a burner account?
Hey, before we go too far into this question, you want to just talk about Colangelo for a little bit?
We need to. It's It's. Do you believe it?
Taylor turned me on to the
100%
story.
believe it.
So
What happened?
I believe it.
What about I firmly believe it's his wife.
I believe it's I believe
it's his wife now.
the most intriguing rumor idea, whatever, to me is his dad.
Mhm.
Yeah. There's one of the accounts you can link to his dad. The more like I hear about this, the more I just can't believe the Ringer published that story.
They had to work on it so much to like so much
And
background
also,
to get it.
well, and also like there's still like, you couldn't take that to any other publication.
No
one would publish that.
No, but they never said
BuzzFeed would.
They never
They don't really-
said
they
they
don't
never
really care.
said it was Brian Colangelo.
I know, but
They never explicitly said
I do
anyone.
not care. There is still so much that you read that story and you're like, okay,
There's too many gaps in the story, man.
it's
It's not really.
it's an unpublishable story to
I don't
every
know,
other
that-
platform.
However,
Like,
I
can
think
you
they did a
imagine-
good job of
However,
not
I don't
saying
think so.
anything.
It's like
It's-
dangerously close to National Enquirer kind of thing.
It's bad.
it's still true.
It
It's
could
still true.
Here's
it
the
could be.
I believe
We
it.
I
don't
mean,
know.
they are burner accounts, and all they did was state facts about these counts. They didn't explicitly say they are.
Okay, so
to
let me
anyone.
tell you this. If any of the local media here in Oklahoma City have the same story where they think that these might be Sam Presti, there is no chance that they publish this story. No chance. Not any chance at all. None. It's a bad story. It's a bad.
But then why can writers then why can Adrian Woj and Zach Lowe still cover that story? Because they put out an ESPN
Because it's out
thing about it too.
because it's put
This
out
Ringer
there.
started it, yeah.
Yeah.
But it's like once it's out there, it doesn't. I don't know. To me, it's if a story is out there and if everyone can talk about it and ESPN can and all these other people can talk about it and they didn't explicitly say anything,
No, it's
then it's not a bad.
it's great.
Story.
It's great that it's out there. I love it. It's really hilarious. It could end up ruining lives that didn't need to be ruined. Because we don't. If it's not Brian Colangelo, he's getting fired anyways.
But if it's his wife, I firmly believe it's his wife now.
He's still
It
getting
could
fired.
be. Who knows who it is? But he's getting fired. Like he's losing his job over this story being released.
Here's the question. Here's the
it
question.
didn't
I
have to happen.
And will never get another job in the
But
NBA.
No, he's ruined.
Not that it needs one. I mean,
He's absolutely ruined. And right, yeah. I mean, who needs Brian Colangelo? I don't know. Probably
Yeah.
nobody. But still, it didn't have to be done.
But if we can talk, the best story is that it was Hinkie.
Yeah, that's the
That's
best
the best
possible
possible
It's not
answer.
going to happen, but
It would
that
be
is the best.
so diabolical if
It
it
would be
was.
so diabolical. Like,
Because it would
you went so specific, trashed
Not o-
yourself,
not
wouldn't
only
watch Chicago basketball games. Like,
and has been planning this since 2016.
That's a Hollywood movie for
I
real.
mean,
that
yeah.
is a full production Steven Spielberg.
It's either Colangelo or somebody close to him. It's either him, his wife,
Yeah.
it's somebody very close to him, or it's a Sixers staffer, like a
Yeah.
former Sixers staffer.
What is it about it that if you believe it's true, do we all believe it's true that it's him?
No.
Or
I mean,
someone
I'm not
at least very
convinced.
close to him.
someone very close
Okay,
to him.
what makes you think that? Because I know what mine is. I have two things.
Well, go ahead.
The tweet defending the size of his collars.
Yes.
Yeah.
That is something that like no basketball fan would like stand up for.
Yeah.
And the second is trashing Dwayne Wade, saying they sat next to him and his wife at the Olympics.
Yeah, but that was proven to not be true.
Still, it makes me believe it.
Right. So this is
Gabrielle Union said that she was not there.
yeah.
Well, she doesn't know.
She doesn't know that she wasn't there.
She doesn't know. She got a busy schedule.
Okay, here's mine. There was a tweet that said like, he's a very good-looking man if I were gay, and then in parentheses it said, though I am. And then it was like very good looking, like complimenting his looks or whatever, which looks like someone trying to pretend like they're a man or compliment Brian Colangelo. And then another one was yesterday, this guy found tweets that were happening during a Brian Colangelo press conference. So,
Yeah.
and so that makes me think, okay, it's not Brian Colangelo, but it's someone who's with him all the time and would know this all the time.
but going back to what Andrew said, like the damage is done.
Oh, it's over. Like his
Even-
career is officially over.
If it is his wife, shouldn't he be fired though anyway?
Yeah. Yes.
I don't
Yeah.
Because there's this too.
This just didn't. The thing to me, like, it's funny. It's great. It's great for the internet. If you haven't listened to the Rights to Ricky Sanchez podcast, you need to go listen to it. They're a Sixers podcast. You need to listen to them anyways. They're great, but you have to go listen to their show just about this. But this just didn't have to happen. Okay, let me ask you this question. If this was something against Danny Ainge, does the Ringer publish it?
Dan Levitard asked this question yesterday, and they were implying that probably not, or they were making jokes about like, no, he would wait until after the season.
He would.
He wouldn't publish it.
He
No,
wouldn't do it.
They wouldn't publish it. This is, I mean, there's so many problematic things with this article and with the Ringer, period. And ESPN wouldn't publish this. The freaking Oklahoman wouldn't publish this. No other publication that is serious would publish it. No one would touch it. They would say, okay, you don't have enough evidence for what you're trying to say. And we know that you didn't say this is Brian Colangelo. We know you didn't say that.
Right.
But everything implies it. They push all the evidence off the table toward the Brian Colangelo side. All of it.
Oh, yeah. I
is
mean, it's-
pushed. I mean, they have a freaking picture of him with the Twitter Tweety birds in a circle. They're saying this is Brian Colangelo without saying it.
I mean, isn't part of it? This is like if you're in court, you would say something.
There would be an objection.
Yeah,
Yes,
and they would
yes.
say, you're
Yeah, like there's no
leading somewhere that it's not supposed to go, but it's been said.
right. You can't.
There's no
prove
taking
any
it
of
back.
Yeah,
It's
you
in the
can't
juror's
prove
mind,
who
right?
this is. You can't. Nobody knows exactly who it is. Colangelo's in a no-win situation.
But also, like, what? Okay, why are we holding the Ringer to this kind of standard anyway? Like, what is wrong with the
Because
Ringer posting it?
they're a real, like, whether or not they should be is the question, but they're a real media agency. Like,
Right,
they're-
but
yeah,
this
but
has been Bill Simmons'
And
thing
also,
forever.
and
I mean,
another thing is that both those guys that did the story, they're both Colangelo haters, both of them.
right,
Which
and they're
it's-
both
It's
Philly
not a good
people.
look. It's
No.
just not a good look.
But obviously, it was
biased.
like
Yeah.
the biggest story.
It's a huge story. It is. It's a massive story,
And
and it has massive implications for actual people's lives, which I don't
everything.
like. That's not what I just don't like. that.
Everything does. You're right, Jay. Everything that anyone posts about guys like that, it does. Like it's when people, it's like if a GM's doing a bad job and someone has a column and their opinion about that GM is that they're doing a really bad job and everyone starts hating that GM and they get fired. Like those things have implications on people's lives as well.
But I will say to that kind of comment, because I agree with you, like a lot of that, but this is different than like, hey, I think this guy's making poor choices as a GM. This is like this guy's character is problematic. It's more of a attack
Yeah.
that isn't fully vetted.
And you can't prove it.
If you're going to do something that is this specifically damning, like you have to have more.
You have to definitively. You have to
You
find
have to
out
have
that
more
this
certainty that
this
it's
was
real.
Brian Colangelo because it was linked
That's
to
all I'm saying.
to his
Right.
photo. This is what all this is a Reddit post.
But
This is
one
a
of
Reddit
them-
post.
Yes, it
one
really
of
is,
them-
and it became an article. That's a great,
But he claimed one of them, and he said yes.
yeah,
it
yeah,
was
the one that he never tweeted
Sixers
from.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
Yeah.
6, 7.
Yeah,
But the thing
But-
too is, as
This
soon
is
as
the worst.
But the thing is, the worst thing about it is that he was giving, or whoever was giving, medical information about that was like the team had that no one else had out to reporters trying to get them
Yes,
to report
sure.
about it.
And
That's the bad thing.
well, the reporters had all that information.
Well, still to be
There were-
pushing if it's him or someone close to him pushing it, that's the problem.
Yeah, but the thing is that nobody knew about this stuff because it was coming from a Twitter account that nobody gave any credit to at all. And
Yeah.
so, like, there's so many tweets. Like, just go and read our mentions. If you read Royce Young's mentions, there are so many things that people are just going to just say.
Yeah.
That have like 5 followers or whatever. And it doesn't matter.
But the thing is that when you look like when they hired people, they got this tip a long time ago, and then when they looked at it and had like a company look at the account that we know now is Colangelo's and the people that they follow and the people that followed them and like the similarities
I
between
know.
them,
I read the
It's-
article. I know.
it's to me, I'm like, yes, this
It doesn't
these-
look good,
yeah,
but we still can't prove that it was him.
yeah, but it's still a story that I think should have been told, and I'm glad it was.
I mean,
I'm glad it's out
it's
there.
a fun story. I just think it was poorly done, and I don't know. I don't like it. Overall, the more I get away from it, I'm just like, I cannot believe that they actually did that.
Yeah, there's some credibility issues to that. So
Yeah.
But
so
that's
all
just
that
the ringer.
all that to say, what
that's
is
that's my thing. It's
yeah.
the ringer.
But
It's
it's-
Bill Simmons. This is what he does. This has been his shtick for even when he was at ESPN.
I would agree with this if it wasn't there. They didn't have a built-in validity to who they were, like a BuzzFeed. So BuzzFeed got in the same problem for processing that dossier or whatever crap a year and a half ago. People were like this is an unethical way to post this story, and you don't actually have
right.
the facts to it. They stood behind it, but this is unethical. Like the way you're doing this is unethical when it comes to journalism. Like it's not what you do.
Yeah.
And everybody's like, but it's BuzzFeed. Like most of the time they have stupid quizzes about your personality based on these 17 things you eat, right? Like
Yeah.
it's not really a news article, but you can't say that because they've joined the news article world. And so they're
Right.
going to be held to a standard that's different
If
than
you're-
what they initially started with.
Yeah, if you're calling this a report, then like you have to have some
Yeah.
kind of standard.
But they didn't. Did they call it a report?
Man, you can say that they didn't go straight out and do it, man, but they inferred every single aspect
Absolutely, they did. But like, is that
That's the same thing.
that
if
happens
the
all
here's
the
the thing,
time,
if the
all over the place?
if the outcome was that we just made fun of Brian Colangelo for the rest of his career, awesome. But the fact that what they did puts people's career on the line, that's where I'm like, okay, that's too far.
Yeah. So what would
If
West
the Ringer has
people get fired all the time for wrong reasons
Yeah.
in the NBA.
Yeah.
Like that to me does not bother me because
Guys,
if
this
it was
is so different.
coaches, no,
Name it-
coaches get fired all the time for their team. Like coaches are always
Yeah,
scapegoats,
basketball
and they get
reasons.
Fired
Find
all
me
the time.
find me one comparable
Hold on.
situation.
Is this not
Find one.
basketball reasons though? If he's
No, it's
giving
not.
this information, what are they mad about? People
Find
are mad
ones-
about the information that is being released on these Twitter accounts. Not that
Dude,
he has funny
you're-
Twitter
you're
but
accounts.
off base.
he also is the GM.
No.
He threw his team players, key players, Joel Embiid. He will never be trusted in another NBA organization.
Is
That's
that
different.
not his fault?
We don't
Yes,
know. We don't know.
It
It is
very
his
well
fault.
could be, but
We don't know.
without having absolute certainty to destroy a person's character and a person's career is unethical. Like there's an ethical issue going on.
That's
with
the only
Ringer.
problem
That's
I have with it.
because the difference is like, hey, Sam Presti was like the Harden trade sucked.
Yeah.
And people should clamor for his job for the way he handled that and the way he maybe handled a few other things. Yes. And that could be something that actually created an issue for Sam Presti's job today and job in the future, right? Like valid. That's basketball related, but that's not character bashing. right?
Yeah.
Which is really what this Colangelo story comes down to.
If they could confirm 100% that it was Colangelo, yeah, publish it, put it out there, fire him, get him out of here.
Right.
But I don't know.
They didn't
You-
ask
no-
for Colangelo to be fired, though. That's the thing. Is it's like, yes, all
No, they
these
didn't.
things were implied. And listen, this is circular. Obviously, we stand on different sides of our
Yeah.
opinion of this very hilarious story that we're taking way too seriously. And like,
We can take it as serious as we want to or not, but
Totally.
it has real
Black and-
personal ramifications.
everything
for
we
people.
make fun of. In
No,
basketball does,
but I
though.
think-
players like we make fun. Like this
But-
crap
so-
happens all the time.
So, for example, J.R. Smith had the most boneheaded play in the history of playoffs last night.
Right.
He will make $14 million next year. He will play for as long in the NBA as he wants to. Nobody will look back at
He's
J.R.
going to
Smith
play in the next game.
and say J.R. Smith has like massive problems.
And
or
we can make
issues
fun
or-
of him.
yeah.
We're going to make fun of him forever. That's the thing with me. Like if we could just make fun of Colangelo and we're like, yeah, like this, it's funny. It's a funny story. We know that that we don't know if it's him, and if it is him, that's terrible. If it's not, whatever. But just the level that it went to. I mean, there are Reddit posts like this all over the place about
Right,
all
yes.
these people. And you know what? If that's what it was, it would be awesome to make fun of him and everything. But whenever it's published by a source that calls themselves credible and want to be a credible source and want to release an article with people that say they did all the work for it, great. But they just didn't. They went like 80%. Like they didn't go all the way. And if they went all the way and they could prove that it was him, or if they could prove that it was his wife, then yes, great. It's great.
So, what would Westbrook tweet if he had a burner account? That's like my most enjoyable, spirited debate that I've had in a long time with
I
you
know,
guys.
that was good.
It's almost as intense as when you had to decide which one of Casper's uncles you were.
The stinky one.
So,
Get out of my face.
there is no question that Westbrook would spend 95% of his time destroying Kevin Durant, right?
Oh yeah.
And
He
Fred
w-
Katz.
It would just always be like, even if it was from a burner account, it would still be subliminal or like just emojis about something
Just
that's happening.
cupcakes and
Yes.
snakes. And
Yes.
Yeah. Would Westbrook even have one?
Probably not.
no.
He's just not that kind of guy.
He's really not.
Those burner accounts are for people that care so much about what people are saying, like a Kevin Durant, like theoretically a Brian Colangelo.
His wife.
Hey,
She should
I think
be
it's a good
fired.
theory. I think it's a great theory. I think it's a great
She
theory.
just loves his big collars.
Please go on.
Okay. Next Twitter question. Do we want to jump to a specific one? Because we're not going to have time to hit all
Yeah,
this. Because we had such a good answer to that one. Great question. Fluky.
F. Lukey.
Next Twitter question comes from @ Stephen Adams Son 1, a J Smith burner account. Who wants to know? We always talk about how bad the Robertson injury was to this team because it is likely Melo is still on this team next year. Do you think that he would still work as a starter next to Robertson and Paul George like this year? That lineup showed a lot of promise, but it was a small sample size.
Yeah. So I think the first thing is the premise is kind of off for me. Like around this table, I don't think any of the four of us think Melo will be on the Thunder.
Probably
in
not.
the fall.
Hope
Probably.
not.
Now, but I also get where he's leading in the sense that they were actually really good with the five of them on the floor together.
Yeah.
And so it's not all is lost if they don't buy Melo out, right? Like they could still be a good team.
Yeah, and if he's not good and it doesn't work out, they could still
Bench
trade
him.
him.
Bench him until he gets so freaking angry.
Yeah.
Accepts a trade.
Then trade him.
Pull a Phil Jackson.
Yeah, or you can buy him out during the season.
Oh
too.
yeah. And
So-
it'd be less money.
So they would be better, obviously, but it doesn't change the fact. Like Robertson just amplified the problems that this team. Removing Robertson amplified all the problems this team had. The problems were still there, and so they still have to solve a ton of things, even when Robertson comes back, because he can't. Removing him can't just rip the rug out from under this team. Like that shouldn't be the case. And so they have a lot of problems to fix, in my opinion, on the offensive end and the defensive end too. So would they be better? Yeah. And I think that they obviously have a better starting point than they did last year. So
don't you ask that question from the other Jacob? You see it one?
Yes, I do. It comes from @theotherjacob, who wants to know: have you guys set up individual plans for when Paul George leaves us? His plan is a 6-pack of Bud Light, a bag of Doritos, playing "Goodbye My Lover" by James Blunt on repeat, and weeping hopelessly. Hey, man. Switch it.
Arjuna, man, what's wrong with you?
Class up that joint with some Arjuna.
Yeah, buddy.
Seriously.
That's all I wanted you to ask that for.
I hope it's like on The Office where he's only playing the preview of the song over and over again.
So like it's listened to 30 seconds.
Yeah.
What song is that he does too? It's
that.
Oh, is
Wasn't
it really?
Yeah. Yeah.
So I think, which is probably why he said that.
Yeah.
A good question. But first off, I think number one is it always feels like so the Thunder fans just we need like collective counseling. That's what
our podcast is.
Yeah, I know. It really kind of is. We're your safe place, people.
Yeah.
Like just the first way he asked that question is like, if you guys set up plans for when Paul inevitably leaves us, like everybody else has that we loved always. But yeah, first off,
I think we have to go in just like this guy, because if he leaves, you got a plan.
that's how
That's true.
If he
Plan.
stays, how great is your day? Because you don't even expect him to stay.
I think everybody's doing that though.
Plus, you
everybody's
have-
hedging themselves.
Well,
You have
I
to
don't
hedge.
expect him to stay.
You have to hedge.
I keep saying I think he's gonna stay, but in my heart, I don't expect him to
See,
stay.
You have to hedge.
yeah, I go both ways.
Here's what I'm saying. He's right though that
You
you
do?
need to
You're lucky Luke missed that
suppress these feelings with food.
one.
Yeah.
Stress eat. That's what you need to do.
Doritos? Would you go Doritos?
No, I'd go.
I do like some Doritos.
I'd go full large pizza. Full large pizza, and a 2-liter of Pepsi.
Oh
Mm.
gosh.
Just really
It's a good idea.
I'm telling you,
chow down.
have you ever had the purple bag? Not the Blaze, but the purple bag sweet spicy
Sweet
chili.
chili,
Oh
yeah.
my gosh.
That's good.
I'm more of a,
Doritos in the world.
I'm a spicy nacho man.
I like spicy
Yeah,
nacho
spicy
too.
nacho.
Spicy nacho's good.
I'll eat any Dorito.
You know
That's
what's
true.
weird?
Is there a
They
bad
all-
Dorito?
No,
No,
there's
they're
not.
they're all pretty good.
Wait, is there a Dorito that isn't seasoned? Isn't there like a plain Dorito? Because
It's,
if
a,
so,
yellow-
then
it's a yellow bag. It's like taco
Yeah.
flavor.
Oh.
Yeah, very good. But I still eat
No.
it.
Here's you know what
Man,
the, you know,
still
you know what
pretty good.
actually the best kind of Dorito
Yeah,
is?
we already told you sweet spicy chili.
No, one that has a
Sweet and spicy
Taco
chili?
Bell taco inside it.
Yeah.
The Doritos Locos taco have changed my life, and for the better.
Let's go to some fun ones, man.
Fun one. Hey guys.
hey
At-
guys,
Hey guys.
hey guys.
man.
You just deleted the one I was gonna do.
Okay, I did not
That's
mean to do
fine.
that. I meant
It's
to
from
put it-
@Bangelope, who wants to know: would you rather have to eat all food and drinks hot, or all food and drinks cold?
Oh, that's tough. I think I go cold.
I hate hot water. Not hot water, but like room temperature to warm water.
Yeah.
Not
I hate
refreshing.
it
You
so
like cold
much.
coffee?
Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. Here's
You like
here's
cold
the thing.
pizza?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you can do cold.
Here's why you need cold, because if you do hot, ice cream's out.
That's so true.
Ice cream out.
Mm.
Doesn't it just become flavored milk?
Like
I-
what do
I
you
ate a
have
cold-
to have that's hot? What you have to have that's hot?
A steak?
Nah, you can.
No, you
if
can
it's
eat-
like,
You can do cold steak on a salad.
yeah. You can do cold. Anything you like hot, you can do it cold in a different way.
Yeah.
You know,
Except for gazpacho makes me like not like I
I
just
don't
get a
even know
little
what that
bit.
is.
It's cold soup.
Cold soup, yeah.
oh, get back.
See, and you can't do hot cereal. Like
Ugh.
hot Fruit Loops.
Yeah,
Oh.
you can. You ever
Well,
stick
you
your-
just
I mean,
have
you
it
could.
without. You just have it without cold milk.
But
Do you
it's
have to
not
heat-
hot at that
Do you have to
point.
heat up the
Yeah, just
cereal?
stick it in the microwave.
Yeah.
You just pulled up. All, you pulled up all those Doritos.
I did. Yeah, I was just
Does that have like a picture? Oh man, if we're talking Doritos for a second.
Are we forgetting about any Doritos?
So down in Mexico,
well. There's a Jacked Ranch dipped hot wings
Yep,
flavor.
Man, I
Give it
love.
to me.
Oh, yeah,
I
I need
love
that.
I loved
Yeah.
jacked Doritos.
so down in so if you're in
Oh
Mexico,
wow. There's a
that's good too.
Tapatio flavored.
if you're in Mexico, they have their nacho cheese flavor, and it has like a little bit of like poblano flavor to it, so it kind of just spices up just a little bit.
Ooh, yeah.
Mexico, where Doritos are from.
It is so
That's
good.
Their home country.
Doritos.
We know that that's not really there. Don't get mad at us.
Hey guys,
Have you had the Dynamitas? The,
Yes, I have.
I
The
have
rolled.
not.
Are they the rolled up
I
ones?
have.
Yep.
Not my favorite. Not my favorite.
Okay, next Twitter question at
Chile
Ross
lemon.
Ross B.
Yes.
Those are good too. Chile lemon.
I'm realizing as we do all of this that I have a problem.
That I'm hungry for Doritos.
I know.
What's your
Salsa verde?
his Twitter question?
It's a green
What's
bag,
your
isn't it?
favorite sports movie?
Favorite sports movie?
Favorite sports movie?
Wow,
Mine's Remember the Titans.
it's a great one.
It's a really good. I've seen it more than anything
It's
else.
a tearjerker.
Yeah.
It's powerful. Denzel.
I enjoy Like Mike.
Yeah.
Rags to Riches story.
Yeah.
That doesn't have a little bow in it. Who's in that?
Yeah,
yeah,
it is.
It's a little bow wow.
It does have a little
100%.
bow wow in it.
The improbable rise of Lil Bow Wow to the to the NBA, where he is. I mean, it's absurd.
Space Jam?
Yeah,
Space Jam.
Space Jam is fun.
Come on and down.
It's not as good as you would want it to be.
The memory of Space Jam.
Hey.
The memory of Space Jam is better than the reality of
Oh,
Space Jam.
100%.
I don't know. I've watched it with Andrew. It's pretty awesome.
It's fun with your kid. If you watch it by yourself as an adult
As an
man,
adult man, yeah.
not quite as good.
Yep.
Because you can see them enjoying it.
Yeah,
and
I
you're
didn't.
like,
I didn't
okay.
love Aladdin quite as much when I watched it by myself at 9:00 the other night.
Yeah,
Just kidding.
Really?
It's like, of course, it's made for kids. Why would
Yeah.
it be good for you today?
You're like having the end of the night whiskeys watching Aladdin.
I can show you the world.
Hoosiers is great still.
Hoosiers is good.
But yeah, remember the Titans. Probably people would make fun of people that would say that, but it's a great movie.
It's so good.
It's a good movie.
Glory Road's good.
Glory Road is good.
Air Bud.
Here, bud.
Cool Runnings.
Cool Runnings counts.
It
Yeah,
does count. It's a sport.
Major League.
Swim Fan.
Major League so good.
Swim fan.
Swim Fan is a great sports movie.
That's true. It is.
Great. And finally gave some much needed representation to the swimmers out there.
Thank you.
Coach
I was-
Carter.
I liked it.
I never saw it.
Dude, there.
I had Coach Carter on the PSP.
Which
Which is one of the more hilarious facts about myself.
That's unbelievable.
It was like $4 somewhere, and I had a PSP at the time, and I was like, "Why not?"
Man, I'm such a fool for those kind of movies, though, man. Because like
I love all
Miracle.
I
You
love
see
all
Miracle, the one about USA versus Russia.
Oh,
like,
it's wonderful.
incredible.
I love sports movies.
You can even go back like Caddyshack.
You know
and
what? Okay.
The
Actually,
Natural.
my favorite sports movie is Talladega Nights.
That's great.
yeah, that's number one.
Oh
It's
my
good.
gosh! And you know what's funny? Secretariat was this Triple Crown winning horse.
Yeah.
Yes.
Watched it with Natalie, literally crying watching the end of it. It's
Yeah.
so freaking
It's
good.
good.
It's a horse. Man, there's so many good ones. Happy Gilmore.
It's a horse.
It's a horse.
Dodgeball.
All right. guys.
Basketball.
Hey,
I remember
Basketball.
basketball.
it's a sport movie.
One time, my friend and I tried to play basketball.
Blue Chips?
I've
Blue
never
Chips.
seen Blue Chips. Do I need to see that?
No. Yeah.
Isn't it
fun.
Shaq in it?
Replacements
Yeah.
was great.
Yes.
I'm
Penny
just watching
Hardaway's
going
in
through
it.
this.
Hey guys, if you like any of these movies,
Oh, I didn't even mention it. The Legend of Bagger Vance.
Oh,
That may be my favorite, actually. Remember Titans Legend of
Oh.
Bagger Vance.
and
Wow.
also Jesus Shuttlesworth.
oh, what's the one where Whoopi Goldberg
What's
is
the
a
name of that
coach?
movie?
Eddie.
What?
Eddie.
What? Eddie? Oh yeah, Eddie's
Eddie.
great.
Fever Pitch.
what's the one?
He got
Oh,
game.
Joanna Man.
Juana Man.
Juana Man.
Juana Man could not be made today.
Joanna Man would not happen today. No.
Good Lord. It's
Okay.
too controversial.
He got game. White Men Can't Jump. Also great sports movies.
Oh yeah.
Okay. We like them all. That's the answer.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
I don't have
Okay.
like a. I don't know if I have like a favorite.
least. Do you have
Just
a
love
least
'em.
favorite? Ugh,
Um,
I do.
Woj
Sure.
tweeted this morning that the Sixers investigation is centering in on Colangelo's
his
wife.
wife.
Oh.
And they're going to fire him.
no.
And they're gonna get divorced. Oh, The Ringer. Another divorce.
Son of a gun, the ringer.
Come on, The Ringer.
I mean, you're being awfully like kind of flippant about that whole comment. I feel uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Well,
Hey, you know what I
it
don't feel
happens
uncomfortable?
all the time in this stupid country.
You know what I don't feel
Why I
like?
have a job?
It happens all the time. Why not happen again?
Whatever.
You know
Who
what-
cares?
You know what doesn't make me feel uncomfortable?
Oh my gosh.
Oklahoma Shirt Company
when
shirts.
they make shirts and that you can put on your body.
Guys, we're selling. Let's say it again.
We're selling Paul George fried rice shirts, which still, the more I get away from it, the less sense it makes to me, but the more I like the shirt.
We've got to like pin that episode somewhere. So people were like, "What is this shirt for?" Me like, let me show you.
It's
I've
unbelievable.
pinned
I'd
it.
rather them dig for it.
Yeah, you gotta
I'd
find
rather
it.
the Ringer put out an article about
Yeah.
it, that they have to do some investigation.
Yeah.
But they just have to imply what it
They have
means.
to
They don't
imply,
actually.
yeah, and they don't know who did it.
Well, heavily implied.
did
Let's
this?
heavily imply that we love Oklahoma Shirt Company and
We
their
do.
shirt of the month. $10 Oklahoma shirt every month.
I wish they would make the Paul George chicken fried rice shirt a shirt of the month.
I
might request it.
That would be so many confused
It
customers.
would not be worth it for them.
Yeah.
No,
I said, what is this? This doesn't make any sense.
they might like it though.
They've
might.
also started a T-shirt of the month club in Arkansas, Missouri, Kansas,
Wow.
and Texas.
Uh-huh.
Well, we've got some people there
Whoa.
Coming
that are listening right
soon.
now.
So if you got any people
Coming
in those
soon.
areas,
Rhode
jump on there.
Island.
Rhode Island's next.
Coming soon.
I said Joe Biden.
Joe Biden Shirt of the Month Club. Coming soon to Oklahoma Shirt Company.
Luke,
Can't wait.
Luke, why don't you do me a favor? Tell me what it was like working with him to get our shirts done.
I'll tell you what it was like. It was great and a very, very easy process. I messaged our contact there, Justin. I was like, hey, we talked about this shirt and we want to graphic because we think it will look really funny. And he was like, great. He looped me in on a conversation with like the designer who designed it and was like, great, I'll get it to you in 2 days. And I was like, great. 2 days later, had the design. It looked awesome. I loved it. Sent it to you guys and it's like, we're making these shirts. And then it was front to back the best.
Yeah,
I've done stuff with them before and it's seamless.
they make it so easy. And I'm just going to go ahead and call it, because we're going to try to do a pre-season party there.
Okay.
Yeah.
They've been wanting us to come down there and do it, and I'm just calling it. So if you say it, it's true.
It's true.
It has
Which
to
is
be
what
true.
that's
That's
called.
what the Ringer did.
It's the
called
Ringer's
the rule of the Ringer. It's
Ringer's
true now.
journalism motto.
Absolutely true.
So, guys, 2 days left to get those Paul George chicken fried rice shirts.
2
And
days.
anytime I see anyone wearing them out in the world, I'm going to stop and talk to that
Hug 'em.
person.
I will
Just give
say
'em a
this:
hug.
if you're nervous about buying it because you think like, is anyone else buying this? Trust me,
That we've got.
they are.
People are buying
We
it.
have.
Trust me, you won't be alone, and this is the only time that you can buy it.
Yes,
And
it's
wear
it. You
Seriously.
will never make this again.
You have 20.
No.
You have 24 hours.
Basically,
You're gonna come to a live podcast. We're gonna be wearing it, probably at least one of us,
And
and
you're
you're
gonna
gonna
feel
ask for
out.
it, and we're gonna say
We're
no.
saying-
Sorry,
Sorry.
I'll say
You
$100.
missed it.
You can have it off my back.
True. Yeah, true. They're
I'll
gonna
be shirtless
hot.
for the rest of the night.
I mean,
$100.
they're gonna be the resale values on these hot.
Oh man, this
Hot.
is
eBay. There's already some showing up on there.
if for anything else,
They haven't
buy
even
it for
printed.
the investment.
Oh my gosh, the investment, it's worth its weight in gold.
It's an investment of a lifetime. Don't miss out on
Oh.
this opportunity, guys, for your family, your kids.
Seriously, think about the children.
I
Think
feel-
about them.
I feel like we just became those televangelists who are asking for a $54 million jet.
I
That's
saw
us.
that,
Yeah.
man.
The Lord told me I need a Paul George chicken fried rice shirt, and the Lord has provided.
We're
Hey,
start
look-
sending out envelopes to people.
Luke, do you have any questions?
Man, I got one last question. And it is,
Come on.
it's already been peeved.
Miffed and peeved.
As if we have never done that
Yeah,
before.
did you, he was looking at his phone like, what
Like,
is the
what
what
Twitter
is the
questions
next
did Jay
segment?
put out
Oh
there?
my
I
goodness.
have. I was miffed, but then it turned out that I was a G and B.
Ooh,
Okay.
I ordered a order at the drive-through from KFC,
mm.
and they handed me a sack that was far heavier than my meal should have been, and it was like, my meal's like $5 fill up, $6 out, gone. I come back to my house and I was like, this is the wrong order. And because I have like 3 boxes of stuff, I ordered like a single box of stuff, and I got, I'd say $15 worth of chicken, and it was just chicken and then a chicken pot pie. And,
Ooh, that's a good one.
and I was like, because then I go open up and I was like, I'm gonna eat all of this.
Did you
Right
read it
now.
all?
A lot of it. I actually had to throw away 2 full things of chicken because it was too much.
Here's the thing: is your G and B is somebody else's M and P.
Yeah.
Oh my
I know.
goodness.
Oh,
Can you
they're
imagine?
So mad.
I would be because
They're trying to feed a family.
They were trying to feed a family, and guess what? They just fed one man. And
Hopefully for them,
And they had to like get my chicken sandwich and like divide it into like fifths. It was
Yeah, there's no possible way they could go back or go.
They're like, this is it, kids. Sorry.
We're stuck with
Why did we
this.
pick the KFC that was 100 miles away from us?
you know when they
For
handed
real.
in the sack, they were like, "There's no way you fit 8 pieces of chicken and a chicken pot pie in this one."
and
box.
you're just like peeling out. Like,
see you later.
You also have the option to look in the bag at the drive-through.
I never look in the bag.
He said this feels heavier than normal.
never-
See you later.
Okay,
I
yeah,
ne- no,
exactly.
I never look in the bag
I never look in the bag.
because there's food in there for just me.
I
mean,
never.
it's not
you
like
never look in the bag.
What if they
Because I
forget
ordered
sauce?
for just
the
my
person
burger
making
from my
the
grandma.
art, the
We'll pull
person
out
making
and
the
have to
argument for the
unwrap the burger.
ringer says, "I never look in the
I
bag."
never look in the bag.
Your validity trash.
Listen. Because because if I get home and there's different food, I'm still gonna eat it. It's just me.
That is not me.
And
You
I
put
don't
onions on
have
my
them.
burger, I will throw it through your window.
Oh, really?
I'll throw it directly in my mouth.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, I really won't be that violent,
But
but
then my body's gonna turn it into some poop.
Oh my God, Andrew's diarrheaing again.
Stop! No, it's not true.
it's actually my dog.